Hey guys, how's it going? Owned here and welcome to a new video. And in this video we are driving co-op again. Cooperative. Whoa, that was a difficult word to say. And we are again with Alex Gillon in the Toro Rosso. And we're in Malaysia, and as you can see it looks rainy. It is raining, so it's actually raining quite hard because we have to start on a full wet tire. But yeah, I'm loading my setup. I'll show you the setup, I think, next time. Yeah, I will. Okay. I'll show my setup when, before the race, before we start the race. But it's now time to go out on track. Here we go. Alex is still in the pits, but we will have a little bit of a taste of what it's like out there because it looks very rainy. And here we go. Yes, it's indeed very slippery. You have to be very careful on the throttle, especially in the rain. This was really my first experience in the rain. Well, not really my first one, but in online mode it was. So still finding a little bit, well, not finding, but experimenting. However it's called, I don't know. Never mind. Experimenting is it, I think. Experimenting with the track. How much grip it has, I don't know yet. Here, as you can see, almost sliding off the track there. So we have 5 laps of fuel on board. Excuse me, 5 laps of fuel. So we can do 2 hot laps. Which is always good in the rain. I always do that. In the dry I usually go for 3 laps of fuel, but in the rain most of the times 5, because you can do one shit lap and then another one which is good, so you can improve yourself, which is good. But yeah, it's very rainy, very slippery, so very careful driving. Slow inputs on the steering wheel. As you can see, I make a very wide line, just trying to have a good exit, taking a lot of speed on this long straight, and we start the lap. So I'm moving to standard now, using rich on the straights because going very wide there, because when you use mixed 3, there goes a lot of power to the wheels. To the rear wheels, obviously, and yeah, that can cause a lot of wheel spin, which is not good. Makes you go slow, especially out of slow corners. You yeah, you want to have a good traction, obviously, and I find it better to go to lean or mix 2 out of the slow corners to optimize the traction instead of mix 3. As I cannot really see the corners, and whoa, lots of oversteer there. It's so hard to see the corners with the rain on the screen. See, I go to mix 1 because this corner is a very slow corner, and still having a lot of wheel spin. Not really a good lap so far, but still finding out the grip levels of the track. We still have plenty of time left to do a real quick hot lap. As I go wide there, not really nailing the apex. I know that this won't be my my quickest lap, so I think I'm gonna take a right line over here. No, not really. Never mind then. Again, struggling for traction there out of the corner. We're doing a 1:47.6, puts us in 3rd right now, but we can improve. So braking a little bit earlier than this time, which works out better, but still so much oversteer. Not a lot of grip. Again, oversteer, having to correct all the time. Not really good. As Alex put it, his lap in as well. He's in 8th right now, as the engineer already said. And we're already 3 tenths up. But so 8 tenths down on the pole right now, which is Hamilton. It's quite a lot in one sector. As I just cannot see the apex of that corner. Cutting it a little bit, but I don't think it really gained us too much time because it compensates the exit. Still sliding a little bit there. You have to be very careful on the throttle. It's almost impossible to go full throttle. Again, struggling. And we lost some time over there. I think I left it in mix 3. Which means, yeah, a lot of power going to the rear wheels, and which means a lot of wheel spin as well. Maybe cost us a little bit of time. That was a better corner compared to the last lap, so better lap than previous time. So let's see what's gonna be then. We have a Malaysian in front, I believe. But he is not a problem. Again, very much struggling. Very difficult to get on the power. It's a 147.5, so not really a great improvement. Only 6/100ths of a second. It's obviously not a great improvement compared to the 3/10 we were up in the first sector, but there we go. We still have plenty of time left to do another lap. As I am slowly going to the pits right now. I don't know what the Malaysia is doing. Very weird. As we are dropping down the field to P12 right now. So that's not really good. But as I said, still plenty of time left to improve our current lap. So wet, especially in this corner here. Yeah, again, the back of the car sliding a lot in that corner. Not a great balance to the corner. This corner as well, so tricky to get on the power. In the dry as well, it's not just the rain, it's also very difficult in the dry to get on the power there. But I can tell you that the race will be dry. So obviously do not want to make a full wet setup, because yeah, you will all struggle a little bit more in the race when you have a full wet setup, obviously. As we go to the pit entry now. Slippery there as well. And we enter the pits. So let's see how much time is left, and then decide on how many laps of fuel we will put in for the next run. As the car gets pushed back. My English is not great today, sorry. And here we are. So how much time is left? The time 6:20. So I'm going for 3 laps of fuel. And as you can see, a little bit of the setup. Moving the springs a little bit. And this should be the setup where I start the race on as well. Where I start the race with as well, so should I say, I think. So not a full wet setup. So what the fuck is wrong with me? So not a full wet setup, sorry. As we head back out on track. I apologize for the steam overlay in the top right of the corner of the screen, sorry. Top right corner of the screen. I forgot to put my Steam offline, so you will see that quite a few times happening, that the Steam overlay pops up with people playing a game or something else. I apologize for it, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Just don't watch it. You can watch me driving. It's not that big of a deal. But anyway, we are out on track again in our Toro Rosso. So I choose to go for 3 laps of fuel this time. Just 1 hot lap. Putting a little bit less fuel into the car, but we do have to get a good hot lap now, or a good lap, I mean. Because if we fuck up that lap, we will start in the position where we are right now, which is P12, which isn't really great. Alonso still on pole, 1:45.2. Compare that to our lap time, 1:47.5. It's 1.3 seconds, 2.3 seconds, sorry. Which is a lot, so maybe the track has improved a bit, more grip, I don't know. We will see when we do our hot lap. So again, taking a wide line, trying to maximize our speed, but not really managing to get a good exit because of the wheel spin. But here we start a new lap. As I go to mix 2 for this corner. As I said, trying to have a good exit, but still sliding. The backend just wants to slide the whole time. Incredibly difficult to get on the power. Using a little bit of curse as well. Let's see, we are 2/10 up. Not bad, as we are not nailing the apex and running wide. That's bad. That cost us a little bit of time. Again, really hard to see. Cannot see the apex turn in too early. A little bit of a corner cut, but again compensates the exit. So not really any time gained there. Again sliding. Yes, the car sliding again in that corner. So a little bit of drifting. And we have a little bit of traffic in front. Move out of the way, come on. 6 up. But Felipe was a little bit in the way there. Not really costing us too much time, but still a little bit, which is obviously a little bit frustrating. It's not really a good lap, is it? But you know, it's hard to put a good lap in these conditions, so yeah, perfect lap is pretty difficult. Again, sliding there, oversteering like hell. As we cross the line now, and the time is a 1:46.6, so almost a second improvement. So I'm happy with that, to be honest. Could have gone faster, but yeah, as I said, it's difficult to put a good lap in these conditions. As we see the results over here, we are in P7 for the race, and I believe Alex was in P9, about 2/10 away from us. Is that right? Yes, that's right, 2/10 away from us. As we get in the cockpit now for the race. Look, it's completely dry, so very different conditions here. So difficult quali then, lots of rain, and I think we will run through the setup now. Yep. So here we have the setup. Starting with this. Also, yeah, this is a setup made based on tire wear, so you won't get too much tire wear, because that could really destroy your race, and yeah, that's not good, obviously. So we have this. Here we have the strategy, and I was thinking a little bit about this actually, starting on option or prime. I wasn't sure, but for now I'm leaving it on options as we check our teammate challenge with Alex. Cannot really see on what tires Alex is starting, and I'm not bothering to ask him. I just should focus on myself, and let's see what I think. Alright, I'm going for prime. That leaves us 3 fresh tires of option for the race. As Alonso is in pole, we are in P7 and Alex is in P9. Did I say Alex was P8? No, I don't know. Anyway, Alex is in P9, we are in P7, and we are preparing for the start. So let's try to have a good start when the lights are out, which they are now, and we are off for the race. So not a bad start, but a lot of wheel spin now, which is costing us a lot of time, blocking the inside, so Perez cannot come through, but he's going around our outside now. So braking late, and squeezing on the inside of Massa. As we are sliding, correcting. Alonso goes a little bit wide. Can we sneak up on his inside? No, we cannot, because he manages to get a good exit. As we are now behind Alonso, and this is my chance. I have to go for it. Yeah, we got it. So pretty good start. We are in P2 behind Rosberg. The AI is pretty slow on the first lap, on the first corner. Because Alex moved himself up to P3 as well, so another good start from him, just like last race. So I'm not sure whether I can keep up with Rosberg now. I mean, we are on the prime. Alex is as well on the prime. Sorry, I didn't say that, but he is on primes as well. And Rosberg is on options, so I would be surprised if we can keep up with him. Gap is 5/10 and 8/10 to Alex. As you saw, I went to mix 1 for that very slow hairpin, and I'll be doing that throughout the whole race, because it really helps to save the tires and get a good exit, good traction. Look at the sun reflecting on our wing. But it doesn't seem like Rosberg is pulling away, and I think we are pulling away from Alex. So just staying in the slipstream of Rosberg, trying to pick up a little bit of speed, as the gap is indeed 2.1 seconds to Alex. Now I do have to mention something, because Alex told me after the race that his game froze sometimes, so like his game freezes for a couple of tenths. He said it happened like 8 times to him, and yeah, every time it costed him like 1 second, so that's really annoying when that happens, obviously. Link to Alex's channel will be in the description as well, if you want to see his point of view. Also, you can follow our TeamSpeak conversations there, so you can follow us while we talk during the race. But as some of you might know, I don't really like talking while driving, so I'm not usually so much of a chatty guy while I'm driving. But anyway, let's focus on this race, because Rosberg is pulling away from us a little bit, and we are pulling away from Alex, so we are a little bit in the gap of ourselves right now. But still, Rosberg not really pulling away from us on the option tire. We are on prime, and it says lap 10 for the first stop, but I don't know if we can make that. It's not a problem if we pit 1 or 2 laps earlier than lap 10. Shouldn't be a problem.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you're within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS.
So as the engineer tells us, DRS is enabled. Rosberg does the fastest lap of the race, 140.8. But we are just 8 tenths behind him, so in the DRS zone, if we can keep up with him for this lap until the DRS zone it comes into play, which is in the third sector and in the first sector, 2 DRS zones for this track. If we can keep up with him, we will have DRS, and that obviously will help us a lot. A little bit of understeer there, coming close to Rosberg in his slipstream. So going to lean for this hairpin. No, Rosberg cannot pull away from us. We are doing purple times right now, so we are actually doing really good. As the detection zone for the DRS is coming up, which is right there, the line we just passed, that was the DRS detection zone. So we will have DRS for this long straight. Let's see if it will help us a little bit. Sorry. Well, it definitely does, because we are getting on Rosberg. Is it enough to pass him? No, it's not yet enough. But as I said, 2 DRS zones, so we will have another DRS zone over here. Let's see if that's a little bit effective. It definitely is. We are closing in the slipstream. going on the inside for this corner. Yes, we take him, I think. Well, Rosberg is still looking. No, he backed off. He backed out of it.
You're driving as well as I've ever
Rosberg having a little bit of a look on our outside, but he thought better to back off. As Alex is dropped to P4, I believe, because Alonso is in P3 right now. And again doing purple, but obviously with the help of DRS we had this lap. So one thing that's important now is trying to create a gap also to Rosberg, but as well to Alonso, which is Alex right now. So it seems like Alex has passed Alonso again for third place. Little bit of a short shift there, trying to save the tires. I already told it in the last video, but yeah, tire wear is so important for this game. You have to be very careful on the tires, have a very smooth driving style. Very careful on the throttle, because you can easily overheat the rear tires, and then yeah, you have a problem. Not really pulling away from Rosberg, as you can see on the mini map. Me and Rosberg are pretty much pulling away from the rest of the field, as Rosberg has DRS now, but he's not really planning an overtake now. Seems to be dropping from us. Yeah, he didn't need 8 tenths, so he didn't have a good final corner, as we skip to lap 6 now. Still in P1, made a little bit of a gap to Rosberg, so that's really good. But look in the mirrors, as you can see, Rosberg is heading for the pits. While we still have to do a few laps, obviously, because we are on the prime. So that means Alex is in P2 right now, behind us. As you can see, trying to have a good smooth style, slowly on the throttle, using a little bit of a short shift, trying to minimize the wheel spin. Let's see what the gap is to Alex, so we can have a good reference point. Well, it's 5.7, but it's the gap to Massa, so it seems like Massa has managed to overtake Alex again. So Alex is having a little bit of a battle with the II. And he is again in front of Massa now, so good battle, I think, between them. And if you're wondering if the ref lights on the, well, not on the steering wheel itself, but you know, in the cockpit above the gear indicator, they are a little bit different maybe from what you use, because that's a modification to the game. You can find this mod in the description, which will only work for PC, I believe. So PC users, you can use the ref light mod. It's really good, a little bit more realistic, I think, so I like it. But anyway, focusing on the race again. Tire wear isn't too bad, but definitely noticing now that the tires are going off a little bit. Not really offering so much grip anymore. As we skip to lap 9. Pretty much nothing happened, so yeah, why not skip to lap 9? Because now Alex goes into the pits. And he is going for a set of the option tire. It's Grosjean 7.6 seconds behind, so pretty big gap. But Alex may be taking a little bit, as the engineer already tells us, Alex is in the pits. But yeah, I think Alex may be taking a little bit of a risk by pitting 2 laps earlier than scheduled.
The guys have run the numbers, and we calculate that Rosberg will be pitting within the next 2 laps.
As we do have a little bit of understeer there, actually quite a bit of understeer. Almost running off the track, but just managed to keep it on the track. Slowly accelerating. Still, these tires really don't give a lot of grip anymore. So I think it's time to do a pit stop this lap, because we are just losing too much time now. So 1 lap before the scheduled pit stop, but that's okay. Oh, close to hitting the bollard there. So using all of our curves, going to Rick's mix 3. Because it's gonna be close with Rosberg, I presume. Because obviously Rosberg already pitted earlier than us, as I go a little bit wide into the pit exit and also have a shitload of oversteer right there, as you saw. Almost losing it. A little bit too much, too aggressive in the pits there. But let's see if we can stay ahead of Rosberg, as Grosjean is pitting right now as well. And going into the pits. Now I apologize because I think I'm going to the pause menu. Yes, I am looking to turn off the pit cameras because I don't like them, but I cannot find it. So we're going back on the track now.
Be careful not to drive over the white line when coming out of the pits, or you'll get
Don't really like the pit cameras. I just want to stay in the cockpit, but I couldn't find the option, so sorry for that. Seems like we managed to stay ahead of Rosberg, but it also seems like Vettel passed Rosberg because he's ahead of him now and actually did the fastest lap of the race, so he's maybe a little bit of a threat, sorry. Oh, my English is so poor, I apologize. As these tires really give a lot of grip compared to the Warren Prime we had last lap. Look at that, so much grip. So let's see if Vettel can catch up with us. Seems like he can, because he is only 8 tenths away from us. So right now, if he continues to drive like this, he will be in our DRS. Or he can use DRS on us, I mean. Here we go, using curves and watching the mirrors, because here comes Vettel, the finger boy, but he cannot make it. Again, another DRS zone here. So let's see if he can gain a lot of speed on us, going to a ridge, just to be sure to stay ahead of him. Yeah, managed to stay ahead of him easily, as he dives on our inside, really trying to leave him a little bit of space, but he backed off. He backed out of there. 1:38.6 from Vettel as we skipped to lap 12, and yeah, nothing happened. It's just Vettel and me staying close to each other, and Rosberg is yeah, just following us on a few seconds, as Vettel is going on my inside. But I do manage to get the outside line and have a good exit, so we do manage to still stay ahead of him with use of DRS. But as you might have seen in my, not in my mirror, but when he was alongside me, he is on the prime tire, so he's going for a different strategy. Yes, he's looking on the inside, but I don't think so, fingerboy. Don't think so. But he is pretty close to us indeed. And to be honest, I have no idea where Alex is right now. Maybe he's behind Massa in P4, maybe P5, I don't know. But yeah, we shouldn't really focus on Alex, we should focus on ourselves. Because we have a battle with Vettel right now. And every mistake you make will be punished by Vettel. Because he will overtake you, and then obviously you are not in the lead anymore. 7 tenths to Vettel, opening the gap a little bit, but not enough to keep him out of our DRS. So here we go again. Let's see if he is closing in on us. Yes, he definitely is. Is he going for a pass? Well, he's going around the outside trying it. He actually passed us, but we are a little bit lucky, because we can use the DRS on him now. As the Red Bull really has a good traction, as you saw out of the corner. And we just simply pass him again. Well, not simply, because he's still on our outside. He actually braked later than us, but Yeah, he has to back out of there. So we are back in the lead, having a little bit of a battle with Vettel, but nothing serious. We skipped the lap 15, sorry. Vettel passes us. And he's going for a pit stop. So our pit stop will be in lap 16 probably, because that's the scheduled stop. And Vettel is going in right now, and he was on primes, remember, so maybe he chose for a different strategy, going for option prime and then 2 times option, I don't know. I think he did that. As we can see now that Alex is in P10, so that's not really good. But Alex pitted.
We might need to think about moving to fuel mix mode 2 in the next few laps.
5 seconds to Grosjean. But I don't think Grosjean and Raikkonen will be a threat to us in this race, to be honest. So I'm going to pit this lap. These tires don't really give a lot of grip anymore, and yeah. It's just what the fuck? It's just time for a new set of tires. Going a little bit wider. Yeah, I know. Not a lot of grip left in the tires. So going for another set of the option tires, and then just pit 2 more times. So go a little bit wide again in the pit entry, but I really like the pit entry, you know. I really want to be aggressive there, because I think it's fun. But I was a little bit too aggressive there. Anyway, we are again pitting and again going into the pause menu, because I don't like this this scenery, this point of view from the pit, but from the pit stop. But I cannot find the option, so never mind. As Alex puts himself into P9 now, and we are in P4, so we fell back a little bit, but it's Grosjean and Kimi in front, I believe, and then we have Vettel in front of us now. So Vettel jumped ahead of us by actually quite a lot of a margin. It's 2.6 seconds, so we have to push now in order to close the gap. Remember, we were just behind Vettel when he entered the pits, so it seems like he had a very good outlap. But that's okay. We just have to show now that we have a good pace and that we are able to close in on him. Gap is 2.4. So these tires should be able to finish the stint without any problems. So that's good, because that gives us a little bit of space to push. Pitting in lap 22 is the planned stop. So remember, the gap was 2.4 last time in the last sector to Vettel, and it is now 2.4. So we have to go to Ridge in order to close him down a little bit more. And I have to push a little bit harder.
We advise mix 2, mix 2. We're comfortable at the moment.
2.2.
Is running on full revs. He's trying to close.
We gained 2 tenths on him. As there's a little bit of a battle going on behind us. Look on the mini-map, it's a few cars in there having a battle. And it's Alex right now in P5, so he did a really good job to recover from P9 to P5, I believe. Some cars pitted as well, so that helped him obviously. But still, he is quite a way behind us, unfortunately. He's not battling with him. As we go purple now, but we have to, because we have to close the gap to Vettel. Just 2 seconds, so we already gained 4 tenths in this lap. Good news. As Grosjean and Raikkonen keep driving, not stopping. And I mean with stopping, coming in for a pit stop. Obviously they won't stop on in the middle of the track unless they have a problem or something, but they are not going into the pits. Well, the engineer told us that Raikkonen is in the pits, so Raikkonen went for a pit stop, and as you can see, Grosjean made a pit stop right now as well. Raikkonen is in third and Grosjean probably in fourth, I don't know. But we pushed for a few laps and it worked, because we are now very close to Vettel and sliding a little bit around there, around the corner, because of the dirty air coming from Vettel's car. So there is a back marker in front of Vettel, so this could help us a little bit. Seems like a Marussia. As we're coming up to the DRS now. Oh, look at the Marussia slowing in Vettel's way. And now, oh, what the fuck is doing? That was a very weird move from that Marussia. Turning in on me in the middle of the corner. He should have stayed on the outside. Don't know what he was thinking there. That actually damaged a little bit of our front wing, which will cost us time in the pits, because so they have to replace the front wing. Don't know what he was doing, a little bit stupid, but we continue our battle with Vettel. We actually have DRS and going on the inside now for this corner. Brake a little bit later. Yes, there we are. So we are back in P1. And now it's our job to pull away from Vettel if we can. And as you can see, the front wing damaged. But I couldn't pull away from Vettel, and Vettel overtook us in the DRS zone here, but he is pitting, so again 1 lap earlier than us. And last time that gave him a huge advantage of, what was it, of 2 seconds I believe. So we might have a little bit of a problem here, because we also have to replace the front wing, which will cost us time. And yeah, last time he managed to pull away from us as well when he was in the pits 1 lap earlier than us. But let's focus on ourselves right now, because we have to push for this lap. But it hasn't been a good lap so far, which is a shame, because yeah, this will cost us time. And Alex is in the pits. The tires are obviously yeah, worn, so we don't have a lot of grip. As Raikkonen is still in P2, so not pitting yet. As we do make a huge mistake there, braking way too late for that corner. Look at that, 1.6 seconds. Very stupid mistake from me there. That was all my fault. Just got a little bit too much excited and I braked too late. That was very stupid. This will cost us a lot of time. But yeah, let's see where we will end up compared to Vettel right now. I don't think we will be able to get in front of him because of our shit in lap. Because of our front wing, which has to be replaced. As we come into the pits right now. So this will be our final pit stop. Going again for the option for the final stint of this race. And here we are again. As I do manage to find now the pit, how's it called, pit cameras. So I switched that off. Now I know where that is for the next time. Sorry that I was checking the whole time if how to disable it, I mean. Just look at that, there's indeed a huge gap between us and Vettel. This isn't good. Obviously it cost us time to replace the front wing, but yeah, it was obviously as well my stupid fault to brake too late for that hairpin. 4.7 seconds, that's a lot. But again, not giving up, we have to push. As these tires give loads amount of grip. Is that Vettel in front? I don't know. I think that's a back marker. 4.4, so we gained 3/10 already. It's indeed a back marker, I believe. It might be Vettel. It probably is Vettel. Yeah, it is, I think. No, I don't know. But anyway, before right now, so the Lotus guys still running on the track, not making a pit stop, and it's a back marker. Seems like a K-turn, so it wasn't Vettel. But let's go to Ridge now and do a really quick lap, because we have to, like we had to do it as well in the previous stint. But this time the gap is over 4 seconds, while last time it was just over 2 seconds. So I don't know if we can close up to him, as it's Peak in front of us in the K-tram. He should move out of the way, which he indeed does. Thank you, Peak. It's Alex Gillon, good lap from him. 1:37.3. Let's see if we can smash that lap in this lap, because we obviously have to push, as there is another back marker, I believe, in front. Yes, it is. It's Malaysian. I believe Vettel is actually behind Grosjean and he cannot get past him. 1.8 suddenly. So definitely something happened there. Maybe with the back marker, I don't know, but the gap reduced in. As Vettel is all over the gearbox of Grosjean. He should get past in the DRS, I think. So we are still pushing. These laps should be able to make it to the end easily, so no worries on the tires. Very happy that I'm very happy with the setup that I chose. Seems to be good on tire wear. As we did a 1:36.8. So good lap. Not bad, but not perfect either. As Vettel indeed passed Grosjean in the DRS zone, and it's actually Grosjean is on the prime tire, so I don't think that Lotus, or at least Grosjean, is going to make another pit stop. As we go purple again. But we passed Grosjean. But what about Raikkonen? I think Raikkonen is still in P1. And if he is on the prime tire as well, he shouldn't be making a pit stop again, I think. Ooh, correcting the car there. There's, oh, what the hell. Fender guard in the way. Touching Vettel a little bit, couldn't do anything about that. Just going very slow because he obviously had to take an avoiding action for Fender guard. Was, yeah, just being stupid there. 4/10. And who is in P1? It must be Raikkonen. So, yeah, look on the minimap. That's a very big gap between Vettel and P1. And P1 is probably Raikkonen, so very good from Raikkonen. Don't know why he is in P1, to be honest. Maybe making a pit stop less than us, 1 pit stop. So he went maybe for a 2 stop and all the others went for a 3 stop, I don't know. But let's not worry about Kimi right now. It's indeed Raikkonen in P1 and Alex in P7 right now, so not really good pace from Alex. Well, he obviously has his screen freezes, so that's not helping him. Grosjean is keeping up with us, but we are a little bit stuck behind Vettel and I cannot find a way past him. Maybe now, in his slipstream, using a little bit of curse going on the inside. Can we outbrake him? Oh, very late braking there. A little bit of an aggressive move, but no contact luckily. So it should be all fair. And now we are released from Vettel and now we can have an idea of the gap between me and Raikkonen. But I think it will be silly for Raikkonen to pit in the in this lap or next lap, because yeah, the race obviously almost finished it and 6.3 seconds. So Raikkonen is actually a pretty big gap. Don't know how he managed to do that. He's probably on primes as well, just like his teammate. Still impressive work from Raikkonen as we hit the ball up there. But still not giving up. You don't know, maybe Raikkonen will have destroyed his tires on the last lap and then losing some seconds to us. Who knows? Nobody knows. Vettel is still in our DRS, but yeah, he just cannot overtake. He's too far back. As I'm pushing a little bit now. 2 laps to go anyway, so doesn't really matter if we push now or not. Tires are in good shape, so no worries. 5.8 to Raikkonen, so Raikkonen has actually quite a decent pace. We are faster than him, but not by a great amount. So we go a little bit wider off the racing line. Oh yeah, something else. As you can see on the track, there's like this black line going over the track. This is rubber, I believe. Rubber from the tires, and yeah, I didn't really notice it, but Alex told me that it gave him a little bit more grip. So it's always good to stick to that line, because it gives you more grip. I'm starting to have a sore throat because of so much talking. Really, I'm not joking. But we are almost finished, so it's okay. Vettel still manages to keep up with us. He's actually pretty close. Is he gonna try and overtake at the end of this straight? He's too far back. Yeah, he is too far back. Well, ooh, almost diving on our inside. Having to leave a little bit of space. As this is the last lap of the race, and yeah, it seems like we are finishing in P2, or Vettel has to overtake us. But Raikkonen is losing a lot of time now. But not enough for us to finish in P1, I think. He's too far ahead. So I was a little bit lucky, because I believe Vettel was held up by Grosjean and probably had problems with the back marker with Vendegaard. So that gained us a huge advantage. As the gap is 1.1 now, so I think Vettel has given up. So that gifted us P2. As we go through these corners for one more time. And Raikkonen is going to take the win here. So good stuff from him. Let's see how he managed to do that, as we are on -1 fuel, so we have to go to lean for a brief moment. Should be okay. Yeah, we are optimal now. So there we are across the line. Raikkonen in first. 4.4 seconds difference between him and me, so very good job from him. And Alex is in P7, so he He probably didn't have a good race, but yeah, he told me he had a few problems with the AI as well, hitting him on the first corner and forcing him off the track. But yeah, you can watch his point of view. His channel will be in the description. And that's it for this video. Raikkonen did a 2-stop, so that's how he managed to get P1. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.